Much of my scholarship over the last 40 years has been about understanding genocide. The people who committed genocide under the Third Reich, the people who deny that it happened, the Holocaust deniers, and the people who fantasize about happening again. I mean, that's the irony of the Holocaust deniers, that it didn't happen, but they want it to happen. In the process of that scholarship, I've seen more genocide. I've seen genocide in Rwanda. I've seen genocide in in Myanmar with Rohingya. It just keeps happening, and there is this debate about, is it happening in Gaza? Is Gaza genocide? The debate is somewhat distracting. I mean, there's a clear definition from the UN from 1948, defines genocide as committed with the intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnical, racial, or religious group. We know that Israel has been brought up before the International Court of Justice in 2023 and the International Criminal Court in 2024. But there was just an article in the New York Times this week. Is actually a letter to the editor that says it's not genocide because it doesn't fit the intent, that Israel is not intending to destroy Palestinians as a race. But there was a op-ed a year before, July of last year, by a Holocaust and genocide scholar named Omer Bartov, who makes the case that in fact it is genocide because once you start mass movement of people, you know, the mass evacuations, once you start targeting people who are receiving humanitarian aid, and once you start using the dehumanizing language that Israel has used about Palestinians, then it does fit the definition of a genocide. You know, I think we get caught up in the words. You know, the power of the word genocide, incredibly powerful word in our lexicon. What we're missing out on is the fact that there are children dying. And, you know, we are sort of marking the 40th anniversary of Live Aid and the incredible starvation in Ethiopia and how that rallied the world. We're seeing mass starvation in Gaza right now. And those kids who are dying of starvation or being bombed have about as much to do with Hamas as you or I do. So let's not get caught up in the language of genocide or not genocide. I think that's a bit of a distraction. What we need to focus on is that there is a political policy that is causing mass death, and we can respond to that without getting into the semantics of it. It's bad. It's bad. Whatever you want to call it, it's bad. So let's, as human beings, respond as human beings. Welcome to the resistance.